Hey everybody, this is David Skarica. Just going to get right into it here. So today we're going to look at how exactly overbought is the S&P 500. So this is an interesting chart I got. I follow a bar chart on X or Twitter, what you want to call it. And you can see that 46% of the stocks in the S&P 500 have an RSI. Sorry, RSI is a momentum indicator of over 70. It's the highest going back for 32 years. So we're extremely overbought on markets. Like, for example, the S&P RSI itself, you can see, is over 80, which is really the highest since early 2018, about getting to where it was, here in 2020, both before the COVID smash and after the big rally. So this often happens in bull markets that, because the biggest move in bull markets are off lows. And you can see that the RSI has moved up higher a great deal because, the market's here. So I think it's more similar to this 2020 period where you had the low, boom, you've come back. Maybe you'll make a slightly new high and then kind of correct and consolidate for a few months and then move higher again. Because if you go look at these other periods, like here in late 2021, or, here in 2018, or here in 2020, the thing is these periods, the market's really making significant new highs when those overbought positions happen. So to me, this looks more like one of these positions where we're getting overbought and we might make a slightly new high and then we'll consolidate and then move higher. So this is decision point. They have all these like momentum indicators as well. And you can see that, their PMO, which is another form of momentum indicator on the daily, is now, you can see now higher than any time in 2023. You can see, okay, the more longer term one actually is not. It's a little short term overbought. You can see though, nowhere near where it was in both 2018, 2020, and 2021, which again may be a sign that we could ultimately be headed higher. And you go look at 2019, where it was here, but where it is now, or where it was here in 2017, maybe it will just mean we'll have some kind of short-term correction before it gets really, truly overbought. And you can see on the longer-term PMO, again, 2015 is actually when it topped, and look at 2021. So we're nowhere near as overbought as we were back then. And we go look at like one of my favorites is stocks above their moving averages. And you can see we're over 80% on both the 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. Over 80% of stocks on the S&P are above those moving averages. Again, this hit actually the highest level since, late 2021, early 22. And that's what these things did as well. So anyhow, that's basically it. And that's what that's basically wanted to show you. So we are overbought, but I think if you go look at those other overboughts, which led to like big market declines, they were overbought with the market hitting significant new highs. To me, this looks like an overbought position, within a bull market. We'll probably hit slightly new higher highs on the S&P, and then we'll have to see from there. So, that's kind of what's happened here. So, if this is the right X ratio, which is where people are positioning, we're actually nowhere near we were the levels in 2021 and 2022. So, again, that might be a good sign that people aren't, they have bull funds, bear funds aren't. And we can see we are getting slightly overbought here, bullish here. But again, if we go look at these kind of readings, that happened in early 2021, and the market kept going to the end of the year. Right. So unless we had extreme readings, remember that happened in late 2017 and the market only rallied for another month or two. But I think right now the bull to bears is still, again, within the realm of where you go in bull markets. And if you get a little bit of a sell-off, it will probably come down and consolidate. You can see what it did. There were more bears and bulls in October. I remember I was saying all along, if we were out, if the market did not decline by the end of October, the market's even rallied more than I thought, but I kept saying November, December is not the time period for market declines. And we've seen that. So anyhow, I'm going to leave it at that. And I hope you enjoyed this. So yeah, we're very short-term overbought. This is what Twitter is good for, stuff like this, showing you this, et cetera, et cetera. We're very overbought on the S&P, the RSI, S&P itself, the number of stocks over 70 RSI just shows us that. So, yeah. And like I said, I don't think it's any time for real crazy alarm, but it could be a sign that we're going to see a short-term decline or consolidation. Maybe it will happen in the new year when people can kind of sell, then take their profits, and then they don't have to pay their, capital gains until April 2025, right? Because they're selling in 2024. So anyhow, I'm going to leave it at that, and that's it.